The next example is what we call packaging efficiency. And this was from a manufacturer in the electronic space where it made sense for these folks to drive the output of not only labels, but some label-specific documents, as I like to call them. You know, when you're doing packaging and you're putting your products together in order to make them available either to the warehouse for, you know, ship to stock or ship to order, if you will, instead of you know, making it to a particular customer, there are other documents that are needed for that process, whether it's a pack list, whether it's a bill of lading, you know, simple documents that are associated with what I call the labeling process. Not only the actual label that goes on the product or on the box or on the pallet, but there's other documents that happen at the same time. And this particular customer wanted to take advantage of the efficiency of driving all those during those particular transactions. So by having the ability to print multiple labels as well as other documents in a particular transaction allowed that all to happen at the same time, because the users in that particular operation were looking for all of that content during that particular transaction or that particular event in the process. So when we look at this, what's happening here is the two rules are being applied in this particular case, where we need to determine how many labels I need for this particular packaging operation. So if I have an order or I have a customer that has X number of this particular part, I need a label for each item in that shipment or in that packaging operation. So by looking at the incoming request and doing, again, a data lookup, asking the system, well, how many are there in this order, I can then determine exactly how many labels I need to expand to print at that particular event. So that's what we call an instance expansion. I'm going to expand the number of labels I need for that particular transaction based on the data that's passed for that transaction. At the same time, I want to also print other documents. So here we're showing a pack slip because that information associated with that order is also in that transaction that I can look up, and I can also change to a different printer. So I want to print not only a different label, but I also want to print it to a different printer. So what we're showing here is thermal transfer labels, your traditional labels that you know and love, but you know that label document that I talked about at the same time. So now I have all of the documents for that particular transaction that I need readily available in that single transaction from, again, that file that was dropped from the host application. So again, it really enhanced the business and improved the efficiency of this particular operation by adding this particular product.